Hello everyone and welcome to this hands-on lab. In our lab today, we will learn how to use a foundational model as a judge. We will be doing this by scheduling a model evaluation job using a custom prompt dataset. So let's get started. These are some reference URLs that I've mentioned over here. I would certainly recommend that you visit these URLs as they have additional information on this particular topic. I've also mentioned a few URLs for JSON formatters. These are online free JSON formatters that you can use. You can either use one of these or you can use a JSON formatter of your choice. I've also created a playlist for Amazon Bedrock on my channel. The URL is mentioned over here. As I create additional tutorials and hands-on labs on this particular topic, I will have them added to this playlist. Both the reference URLs and the URL to the Amazon playlist will be mentioned in the description of this video. Scenario for our lab today. We need to create and schedule an Amazon Bedrock model evaluation job that leverages another pre-trained judge model or evaluator model to evaluate your foundational model's responses using a custom prompt dataset and the metrics that you have selected. So it's a pretty interesting scenario. It's basically AI evaluating AI, right? So you have a foundational model that you want to use and you want to evaluate this particular model. And to evaluate that particular foundational model, it can be any model of your choice, right? You are using another foundational model as a judge to evaluate the responses of your model. So basically, the model that you want to evaluate is a generator model. The model that is going to evaluate the responses of the generator model is called as the evaluator model or the judge model. Now, you can pretty much use any model of your choice as the generator model or the foundational model that you want to evaluate, but the evaluator model or the judge model can be one of these four only while I am recording this video today. Of course, there might be a few more pre-trained models that might be added to this list, but while I'm recording this video today, these four models are the only four models that have been designated as pre-trained judge models or evaluator models. And while we are doing this, we will be using a custom prompt data set, right? So we will be creating our own custom prompt data set. We'll be using Q for that. And we'll be selecting some metrics that we want the evaluator model to evaluate our foundational model against. So it's an extremely interesting scenario. It's basically AI evaluating AI. So one foundational model evaluating the responses of another foundational model. A couple of things to keep in mind before we proceed further ahead. I would recommend that you use North Virginia or Oregon region to do this lab, since these regions support the foundational models that we are planning to use. We will be using Amazon Nova and Anthropic Cloud Sonnet 3.5 models in this lab. Remember that you could use any foundation model as a generator model or the model that needs to be evaluated, but the judge model or the evaluator model can only be one of these four right now. And in our scenario, we are going to use Cloud 3.5 Sonnet. Now, if you're planning to use another foundational model, then ensure that it is supported in your region. And most importantly, check its pricing. These services and these models can be very expensive. So I don't want anybody to get burnt while you're doing this lab. So please check its pricing. And the most important part, kindly ensure that you delete and release all resources after this lab has been completed, as some of the services that are used in this lab can be very expensive. So don't get yourself burnt. step one. In a step one, we are going to create two S3 buckets. I'm going to use these names, my model eval input and my model eval output. Once the buckets are created, we are going to attach this particular course policy. Now, this course policy is available at this link. You can pretty much go at that link, copy it. This link is mentioned in the reference URLs. If you want to go to the description, pick up that link, that's completely fine. Otherwise, just feel free to type this thing out as well. So let me go to the console. So this is my console right here. I'm going to create bucket. I'm going to give the name my eval bucket. What is that? Input. And copy this. Scroll down and click on create bucket. Again, you can give any name that you like. We're going to create another bucket and we are going to call it output. Scroll down and click on create bucket. So we have successfully created these two buckets. So now we need to attach the course policy. Now I have this particular URL open for me. So it's right here. So this is that particular URL. If you scroll down, you will see this course policy. So click on copy. Come here, go to your bucket. Go to permissions. Here, go to course, edit, and paste it right there. Save changes. So we have made changes to the course policy for our input bucket. And the same thing we are going to do for our output bucket as well. Paste and save changes. So we have basically completed step one. In a step two, we are going to copy a sample record or an example of a single record. And then we will basically remove all the spaces and compact that particular sample record example. Again, the sample record is available at this URL. It is mentioned in the reference links. And the JSON formatter link is also mentioned in your reference links. So this is for an anthropic model. Remember that our judge model is Cloud 3.5. Okay, so let's go over here. And where is that? Oh, sorry, here it is. My apologies. So this is the sample record. So go ahead and copy this. Now go to your JSON formatter. Paste this right there. And then you want to basically compact this and copy this particular record. And now go to Notepad and paste this right here. So now you see all the spaces have gone and this record is in a single line. So we have completed step two. In a step three, we are going to create multiple examples using this particular sample. And we are going to give this as a batch input JSON file. So what we are going to tell Q, which is a free version, which is a Q developer free version, we are going to tell Amazon Q developer to create a prompt data set for automatic model evaluation by Amazon Bedrock using this example. So let me go here, go there, copy this, go back to my notepad and paste it right there. And I'm going to use our sample that we created, replace this, and now copy this whole thing and go to Amazon Q. So Amazon Q is right here. If you see, I'm clicking on it. and go to your Ask Me Anything about AWS. Paste this right there and click on Enter. So now it's working on this. So we have told it to create a few more examples using this particular sample. So it's now telling you everything. So it's created these 5 samples. So let's copy this. Okay. Go to our notepad and paste them right there. I'm going to say create a few more data sets. I hope it understands and retains the context as to what I'm trying to tell. And that's what I'm trying to test over here, right? So we've already told it earlier that, hey, do this. And it worked on that task really very well. Now we are telling Q again, as the free version, to create a few more data sets or a few more samples. And hopefully does not give me the jargon all over again, but it seems, because it's telling me to again prepare the environment, create my S3 bucket, create the sample file. But this time around, it has created a few more samples. So it's created some history as well. And it's created 3 different samples. So it's created different data sets for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to uh, copy all of these. So cancel, copy this, paste it right here. So what it has done, it has created some samples for me, but uh, in different categories. Right. So what is wrong with this? Why is it? Oh, it's probably missing this. And then, so this is in the technology data set. This is a history data set. So I'm going to copy these again and then go here and paste it. And then finally, it has created a science data set for me. So let me copy that as well. We are not going to create separate data sets. We are just going to put everything together. Okay. And I am basically going to create my uh, batch input.jsonl file. So let's create this. So save as batch input.jsonl. Now, I know for sure that these data sets are compatible with Anthropic. I believe that they should be also compatible with Amazon Nova and possibly other foundational models as well. From my understanding, it uses a specific format to create these input data sets, but you can try with other foundational models and let me know what your experience is. In our lab today, we are going through use Anthropic Cloud 3.5 and Amazon Nova. And I understand that these data sets or these samples, examples are compatible with these 2 models. So I'm going to go to Bedrock and save this here. So if you apply to use some other model, then please check whether these are compatible with the models of your choice. So we have created our batch input.json. So we completed this step. The next thing that we need to do is we need to upload this file to our uh, input S3 bucket. Now, so let's go there. So whatever input bucket that you had created, go back over there. This is my input bucket. Okay, Q, now it's time for you to go. So go. So this is my input bucket right here. Say upload, add files, and let's go to AWS, Bedrock. Here it is, bash input.jsonl, upload. So file has been uploaded successfully. So we have completed step 4. Now let's go to step 5. So in step 5, we will go to Bedrock and we will go to inference assessment, evaluations, and go to automatic and create a job over here under automatic model as a judge. So let's go here, go to Bedrock, close the course one. I'm going to create the closest sample one. Okay, so Bedrock is loading as we speak. And now we need to go to inference and assessment evaluations. And over here, under create, we need to go to automatic model as a judge, which is the second option. So click on that. Now we need to give a model evaluation name and description. So let's give a job name. So we are saying my model as a judge. You can give any name that you like. I'm going to give this name. Copy the same thing in description. Now our evaluator model or our judge model is going to be, remember, we only have 4 options. So we are going to use Cloud Anthropic Sonnet. When I was creating the slides, I had version 1. Let's see which version is available. And for our generator model, that is a model that needs to be evaluated, is going to be Amazon Nova Micro version. Again, version 1. So let's see what versions we have. So let's go to the evaluator model, select Anthropic. So we have Cloud 3.5 Sonnet V1 and click on select. And now the generator model, that's the model that you want to evaluate. Let's go and see what options we have. So I want to use Amazon Nova Micro version 1.0 and select this one. So we have basically completed these 2 steps. Now under matrix, we will select completeness, correctness, and harmfulness. Now these are some of the matrix that I want to select for this lab. There are multiple options that are available. If you scroll down, you can see there are almost 12 options. So matrix 2 of 12. So that 9 quality matrix and 3 responsible AI matrix. Depending on your choice, you can select whichever ones that you like. So in our case, we are going to select completeness and correctness. So let's say completeness. Where's completeness? There's completeness and correctness. So we want to use these 2. And for responsible AI, we are going to use harmfulness. So harmfulness is already checked. It's right here. So this is harmfulness. So we have selected our matrix. Under data sets, remember we created our own custom data set. So we have to go and select our batch input JSON file from our input bucket and choose our output bucket as the output location of our choice. So scroll down, go over here, browse. And this is our batch input.jsonl file. Select this. And for our evaluation results, we need to select and another S3 bucket, which is our output S3 bucket, where the results will be stored. So click on browse, click on S3. Okay, so let's see if I can select this. Okay, it's output. And it requires an archive over here. So hold on. What I will have to do is I'll have to create a folder over there. So let me go to my S3 bucket. And go to your output bucket now and create a folder over here. So we're going to say my model output and create. So now go back, go to browse, output, my model output, choose, and we are good to go. So we basically finish these steps. Now we need to create a new service role by providing a name and note down the role's name. Okay, so create a new role. I'm going to copy this, copy, go to my notepad again, paste this right there. Remember that you have to release and delete these resources at the end. And finally, go and click on create. So everything is good. If everything is good, our creation will be smooth. If not, it will tell us what is needed. Once the job is created, it takes a while for it to get into progress, for it to be validated and evaluated, and then completed. So please be patient. So click on create. So it's telling us that creating evaluation job, this process may take up to a few minutes, and you will be redirected to the main evaluation page once it's created. So just wait here. It takes a few minutes. So if it takes longer, I will stop the recording and come back. So it seems that it has been created. Awesome. Our job is right here. My model as a judge is in progress. And now it will take a few minutes for this job to be completed. So I'm going to pause the recording and come back depending upon, when I catch the job. I'll try to catch it once it's scheduled, but if not, typically once it's completed, I will come back and we will review the job results. So finally, our model evaluation job has completed, as you can see. It actually took a pretty long time. It took almost 1.5 hours. So I'm coming back and resuming recording now. So now let us go and see what output we have got after this job has completed. So click on the evaluation job name, and you can see that the matrix summary is right here. So all scores have been normalized to values between 0 and 1. Completeness is 0.91. There is nothing harmful. And correctness is 0.90, which is decent. And you can see the matrix breakdown chart at the bottom. Let us also look at the evaluation summary. So this is the evaluation data set, which is our batch info file, which is right here. So we had some of these prompts going in. And finally, let's look at the evaluation result in our output bucket. So click on this little icon. And then click on my model as a judge. Click on this folder. So it's going to be a nested hierarchy models, Amazon Micro, Nova Micro 1.0, task types, general, data sets. Remember, we had only one data set, so data set. And this is the output of our data set. So click on this JSON file and click on open. So it will download this file. And again, click on this icon to open it. So it will open in Notepad. So this is what we have. So for each of these prompts that we had given, it has evaluated that prompt for correctness, harmfulness, and the other one should be completeness. So I believe in most cases it will be all three metrics, but depending upon the situation and how the model has been configured, it will evaluate the response for at least, I believe, 2 prompts at a given time. So let us look at some samples, right? So let us take this particular record. I'm going to copy this mod automated evaluation result all the way until here. Okay, so this is one single record. So copy this. Now go to your JSON formatter. The JSON formatter is right here. Paste, format, beautify, and now you have is this record. So the candidate response provides more information than necessary. So this is about Canberra. Let us go and look at where Canberra was. So it seems okay. The capital city of Australia is Canberra. The country capitals. Okay, and then okay, so it's giving you result is 1. Correctness, the candidate response correctly identifies Canberra as the capital of Australia, which matches the ground truth answer. Includes additional steps and explanation. The essential factual information is accurate. So this is accurate is correct. Is there anything that's harmful in this? The response provides a factual answer about Australia, so there's nothing harmful. So yes, it is correct, and it is not harmful. And on top of it, the model has provided some additional information at the bottom, and the final answer is Canberra, which is the capital of Australia. Okay, let's go back and maybe take another record. So let's take this one. So I'm going to say Control C. Again, go back to our formatter, and basically what is the question over here? So the question over here is a symbol, is some chemical question of gold is AU. Okay, so let's see. Um, correctness. This is actually correct. Okay, so this is the symbol of gold. And is there anything harmful? No, there is nothing harmful in this. And then finally, it is giving some additional information. So it has evaluated this against correctness and harmfulness. I think the next one has completeness. So let me take completeness as one of the options that we want to check all the way down until here. So Control C again, going back to my formatter. So here it is built-in completeness, correctness, and harmfulness. Okay, so you have completeness, correctness, and harmfulness. So is there anything harmful? Nothing harmful. Is this correct? The candidate response correctly identifies as the author of 1984. Okay. And if it's complete, yes, probably complete. There's way too much information, I guess, that has been provided over here. So all the 3 matrix have been identified again. Let me again see if there's something else. So we have another record that we can look at. So we have completeness. It's telling you about additional information about this topic. We have correctness. So that is correct. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. And harmfulness, I don't think there's anything harmful about this. Content is educational and appropriate, so which is good. So this is how you go about, using one model to evaluate another model and its responses against the desired categories or matrix of your choice. So we chose harmfulness, we chose correctness, and we chose completeness for this evaluation. Of course, you can choose the remaining categories or some other categories that you like. So do try it out. It's really very interesting. It's interesting to see how AI works with other AI. So it's AI against AI, one model evaluating another model, which is really very good. So this is it from me today. Remember to release all your resources. That is absolutely critical. So If you guys want to drop off, you can drop off. But what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to go ahead and release and delete all resources, right? Because that is absolutely critical, guys. If you do not delete resources, you will uh, get a bill from AWS. So let's release all these resources and again, empty this bucket, permanently delete. Okay, so delete your S3 buckets and the content within that bucket as well. Delete, copy this bucket name, paste, delete. Remember, we had a role that we had created. So I have to go to roles and now delete that role. Where is that role now? I forgot that role. Is it somewhere here? Okay, I think I overrode that role, so I might have to go by the date for some reason. Okay, so let's go to roles and last activity. I think this is the role. Amazon Bedrock IAM role, delete. I'm going to copy this role name from the top, paste it right here. Oh, sorry. Copy this role name, paste it right here, delete. And what else did we provision? We removed our S3 buckets, we removed our role. In Amazon Q, there's nothing provisioned. And in Bedrock, I don't think we provisioned anything. Our evaluation job has been completed successfully. So thank you very much. Do post your comments. If you're new to my channel, do like and subscribe. This is it from me today, and I will see you shortly in some other video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.